listen to me. At the end of this video, if you don't know how to get voiceover jobs, or if you can't get voiceover jobs, it's your fault. Because everything I'm going to be saying in this video will show you exactly how you can get voiceover jobs as a beginning voiceover artist. Now, this video, I don't know how long it's going to be, but hey, ride with me. This will be on YouTube. Yes, it's on YouTube. So if you have low attention span, just... But this video will show you how you can get voiceover jobs as a beginning voiceover artist. Okay? There is no fancy edits in this video. It's just me and you having a wonderful conversation, heart-to-heart conversation. Yes. So, first of all, as a voiceover artist, especially if you are just beginning, your first voiceover job is not going to come by magic. That is one thing a lot of people need to know. If you are just starting voiceover and you probably just finished taking a training, most of the time, jobs don't come immediately. You got to put in the work, you got to show up, you got to put in the effort, okay? It will come from visibility, consistency, networking, skill, and patience. Yes, it's going to come via patience, okay? So you have to be very patient, and you have to also put yourself out there. So the number one way you can get voiceover jobs is very important. As a matter of fact, this is the most important one, and I'm starting with it. And if you know that you really want to know, stay with me to the end of this video, and you're going to be learning a whole lot. All right. The first one is that you need a demo. You need a very, very good, solid, quality demo as a beginning voiceover artist. Trust me, it is very important. It is that thing that makes you stand out. It is that thing that the client is going to want to see before they give you the job. They want to know your ability. And if your demo is not quality enough, if it's not solid enough, you're not going to stand a chance in getting that job. Every single thing I'm going to be listing out in this video on how you can get voiceover jobs is going to come back to your demo. Yes, it's going to come back to your demo. So you're going to have to really need a demo. You're going to have to work on a demo. Very important, so let me put that out there. Okay? So I'm not going to talk about how you can create voiceover demo in this video because that is another topic on its own. But you really need a demo. Get your demo. That's number one, okay? Number two is that you need to build a presence. You need to have an online presence. These days, online presence, this is like the second most important thing on the list on how to get job as a voiceover artist, especially if you are just starting out. You know, some of the OGs in the voiceover industry, those who started voiceover, especially when there was no internet and social media, most of them are still relevant in the industry today because of the connections they have made in the past. They made real face-to-face connections. They went to agencies, they went to media houses, and they got voiceover, agents. And some of them still have a good relationship with those people till now. And they have a lot of return clients, so they still get bookings. But if you are just starting out as a voiceover artist and you don't know anybody, this is the right time for you to put yourself out there. You need to show up online. You need to show up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. You got to put yourself out there more. You got to create content. You got to let people know what you're capable of doing and let your content reach your target audience. You're going to get a lot of visibility. It's all about visibility. It is very important. I just can't overstate the importance of online presence as a voiceover artist. Now, the next point I'm going to be mentioning here is for you to quickly go and register on freelance platforms and pay-to-play sites. Freelance platforms, they are different from pay-to-play sites. Freelance platforms are platforms like Fiverr, Upwork. Those are the two giants when it comes to freelance platforms. So go and create an account if you want on Fiverr.com or Upwork. Those are freelance platforms, and you can also get jobs there as a voiceover artist. Okay? And pay-to-play sites, for example, voices.com, voice123, bodalgo.com, Voquent, the list goes on. Pay-to-play site means you have to pay to play, just the way it said, pay to play. You got to pay to be able to audition on those sites. Most of those sites offer premium membership, but as a beginner voiceover artist, I'm not going to recommend that you subscribe to premium membership, especially if you haven't stayed in the industry. You really need to hone your craft. You need to develop yourself to a certain extent before you know that, yes, you can now compete with global voices and put yourself out there. That is when you can now go on to register as a premium member on these pay-to-play sites. But as a beginner voiceover artist, I'm not going to advise you to do that. Yes, so it's very important. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? You also want to approach media houses. That's my fourth point right there. You also want to approach media houses. You want to go the old school way, directly. Do your research on media houses, advertising agencies. Then go there, market yourself. Because most major clients don't work with talents directly. I'm talking, when I say major brands, I'm talking brands like Coca-Cola, UBA Bank, these big premium brands. They don't work directly with clients. They work through agencies. They have their advertising agencies that handles everything advertisement for them. So you don't really need to put yourself in front of the major clients, right? What you need to do is put yourself in the face of the advertising agencies. Then you can get a gig through the advertising agencies. I don't know if you understood what I just said. Yes, but I think you understand what I just said. Another point that I'm going to mention here. Yeah, I mean, you can approach radio stations, production studios, advertising agencies, event companies, content creation agencies, podcast studios. Any studio, any agency that you think will need your voice, you can approach them with your demo, of course, so they can know what you can offer and what you can bring. The fifth point here is that you can also partner with YouTube creators. You can get in touch with YouTubers who will need your voice to voice their content. So you can partner with YouTubers. That's another way. Another way you can get voiceover jobs, it still brings us back to social media, is to create your own sample projects. Sometimes when you want to work with clients and they say, send me a sample of somebody you've worked with before, and you've not worked with somebody before. So you are confused. You're like, I don't have experience now, so I need you to be the first. You don't have to wait for the client to actually do that. You can create your own samples using fictitious brands. It doesn't have to be real brands. You can just get a random name and just create a voiceover around that. You can also use an actual brand and just make sure that you do a very good job, and you can as well just get their attention by doing that. Okay? Another way you can get voiceover job, be a part of a voiceover, be a part of a community, be a part of a voiceover community, be a part of a group. You don't have to be a part of a group. You just have to make yourself known in voiceover communities so that when opportunities are being shared on those platforms, you can also have access to them. That is a premium tip right there. And also, there's something I always say. As a beginning voiceover artist, if your family members don't know that you are a voiceover artist, I'm sorry, but you've not started. Yes, you have to let everybody around you know that you're a voiceover artist. People need to know that you're a voiceover artist. You got to share it on your WhatsApp status. You got to tell people in your church, in your local communities, in your mosques, everywhere you find yourself, let people know that you are a voiceover artist. Last but not the least, is this the last? I don't think so. You got to improve. You got to improve. As much as you're looking for clients, you also need to improve on your delivery as a voiceover artist. You got to learn. You got to learn to be better. You got to put in the work on yourself. And by so doing, you're going to attract the right people to your brand. The final point that I have here is to follow up on previous clients. Stay visible. Stay hungry. Stay thirsty. Follow up. Very important. Now, if you've gotten clients before and you've done a job for someone before, after a while, Christmas is coming. You send Christmas messages to your clients that you've worked with before. Follow up. Send messages from time to time, checking in, and just it doesn't have to be too often, but send messages. Let them know that you are still thinking about them. By so doing, you keep them top of mind. They will keep you top of mind. Yes, they will keep you on top of their mind. So when they have another project to work on, they will know the right person to go to. They will know who to come back to. Okay, so those are the few tips I just thought to share with you guys today. If you want to know more, or if you want to learn more, you want to talk with me personally, you can register or you can send a message, because we offer trainings at Daza Voiceover. So if you want to learn more about becoming a voiceover artist, full-time voiceover artist, and learn the ropes of voiceover, do well to send a DM and reach out to us. And you will be glad you did. Do well to like this video, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.